What's up, everybody? This is Presto,
CorporalNosaj.
and you are listening to episode 127 of the Nintendads podcast. Y'all, we got a Nintendo Direct. A real, not a partner Direct, not an indie world, a real Nintendo Direct with some real news.
Big boys Direct.
Yeah, I busted out the Nintendo. I busted out the Super Nintendo World shirt for this Direct.
I probably should have done the same. I did not.
How are you not wearing a Zelda shirt for this episode? How?
Because it's somewhere in the laundry because I wore it 2 days.
You wore it for good luck
Yeah.
to watch the Direct. You needed to manifest the news.
Manifest my wants and
Our intro today may or may not contain spoilers. But if you're watching a recap with us and you haven't heard the news, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But I'm flattered that you watch us instead of the real Nintendo broadcasts. So we got a Nintendo Direct. We have a whole bunch of things to talk about. In fact, this is going to be a rare double feature tonight. So lock in because we're going to go through the Nintendo Direct. We're going to take a quick intermission, and then we are going to go up into episode 128 to talk about Summer Games Fest because
a marathon run.
The gaming industry hates us and thinks that we have infinite free time and is like, oh, we just did 4 days worth of news. Let's do a Nintendo Direct like 48 hours later.
Welcome in, Fate Maker, and your 22-month sub anniversary. Welcome.
Woo! Fate! So we're talking about Nintendo Direct on this episode. Summer Games Fest in about an hour. But the only question that I really need to know is, Corporal, what you been playing?
I have been playing the most recent and the newest update, Fortnite, and Forza Horizon 6.
Okay, yeah. You saved it. My question for you is why? How? For the last, I'm going to say 40 episodes, you have been saying, I'll get the Nintendo expansion pack when they bring Donkey Kong 64. That's the only game I care about. If they put that on there, I'm going to drop everything and play it. You ain't got a single gold banana to your name, my guy. What happened?
I don't know if I gave Donkey Kong 64 my seal of approval. I know for a fact I gave female protagonist Zelda game or a remake of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Don't make me pull the footage, friend.
I think
I will.
I think you should.
You absolutely have gassed up Donkey Kong 64 for the last year
because they've locked it behind a online paywall that I don't currently subscribe to. And I'm already budgeting towards getting a new Switch. I'm not going to add an additional online payment plan just so I can play a game that I can ROM.
If you're going back on what you said, that's fine. That's okay. People can change their mind. You said it. I will pull the tape. I will go through the episodes and find where you said, if they add that, I'm signing up for the expansion pack.
I will.
Fate knows. Fate, back me up here because I know you've seen almost all of our episodes. Back me up. He has said that.
If you find the original footage, cut and splice it next to this segment of this episode, and you post that on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and I see that video, I'll walk out of my office the moment I see it, cross the street to the Best Buy, and I will purchase the Switch in that very moment. Because I don't know if I gave that type of decoration.
It's not about purchasing the Switch. It's about subscribing so you can play it.
I'm not giving them another penny until I get what I want. And I got what I wanted. So I'm going to buy it.
Then we really have to remove the Ubanana point redeem if you're not going to be true to the leader of the bunch. I thought you knew him well.
Know him well enough.
I have been playing a weird mixture of games. Forza Horizon 6, obviously, has been my main squeeze. Still loving that game. I've been playing the Final Fantasy Rebirth demo on the Switch 2,
Yep.
which is the prettiest and most graphically impressive Switch 2 title to date, I think. I've been playing a little Marvel Cosmic Invasion because they added Cyclops and the Thing as new characters for $4. So of course,
Not bad. Yeah.
super fun. They're adding 2 more characters and a new game mode at some point in the near future. So maybe streaming that game in the future. I've also been playing some of the new Star Fox demo. That comes out in a couple of weeks. And there's a demo for it on the Switch 2 right now, and it feels fantastic. It has the same responsiveness, the same mechanics as the old Star Fox 64 game, but I would say it has a fresh coat of paint, but it's more than that. It's like a whole body kit to go down the car metaphor path. It is really fun though. I've been playing it with my son. He's been liking it. I did forget how challenging it was to get, to try and hit all the enemies and get the alternative paths and stuff, but it's just a demo, just warming up.
I watched gameplay footage of the demo, and truthfully, jaw dropping. Absolutely
It's so
stunning.
gorgeous.
I don't
I
want to
would
talk.
stream it.
I don't want to talk too much about the Star Fox demo, only because my comments about another announcement that was rumored to be paired with it brings up
Sure.
a lot of questions. But I will reserve my comments till we get to that section. Just know that I am very excited and hyped for the Star Fox.
Yes, and it sounds like you're actually going to have a Switch 2 to play it now.
Maybe.
Maybe. I've also been playing Monster Hunter Wilds a little bit again because they announced the expansion finally, Monster Hunter Wilds Ascension, baby. And I pinky promise that is probably the last you're going to hear about that on this episode, because that was Summer Game Fest news, and I'll gush about it in about an hour when we do that episode. So what you been drinking quickly before we dive into this news gauntlet? I've been drinking just lots of coffee on ice. That's all that powers me. Coffee and Sprite just keeps me going.
0 sugar Coke or Diet Coke and iced coffee. Like iced coffee but with protein milk. I need my cream back.
Protein milk. I'm team oat milk. I get the full fat oat milk. Oatly, Planet Oat, whatever.
Good
I
stuff.
can't drink with the amount of milk that I put in. It's like if I run out of oat milk and I have to use regular milk, I feel it. It feels heavy and not unlike a cow. And I ain't trying to do all that.
Yeah.
So, but we digress. The Nintendo Direct. This is the first Nintendo Direct we've gotten in like 7 months, 9 months, maybe. I think the last one was in the fall, in September or November, I do believe. Before we get started, what would you rate this Direct?
Overall Nintendo Direct.
You want to do a number scale or a grading?
Am I trying to rate it in a vacuum of just Nintendo stuff, or do I rate it against the landscape of the world as we... That significantly changes.
I would say rate it as a Nintendo Direct. As far as Nintendo Directs go.
As far as Nintendo Directs go, as a platform designed purposely to help showcase the games that help sell, right? I gave it a 9.
A 9? Okay. Turn your gain up on your mic just a little bit. I think you're a little low.
There you go.
Yeah. A 9.
Sultry.
Okay.
I give it a 9. 100%. The moment you ask me to compare this Nintendo Direct to the gaming industry as a whole, not comparing it to its competitors, but as a gaming industry as a whole, they are playing significant catch up, and I give it a 4.
Oh, a 4.
A 4.
Oh, I
The,
think I don't know.
there's,
That was
I will argue that 4 all day long.
okay. I thought I was being harsh, but I would say an 8, 7 or an 8 in terms of a Nintendo Direct, and I would kind of keep the same score looking at it, probably going closer to a 7 if you're looking at it as like actually it might actually go up if you compare it to if you're looking at it as an independent thing.
Why am I the critical one in this conversation?
I don't know. This is weird.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I don't want to get into all the reasons why because we can go over those as we
Okay.
bump into the dark here. And one last question before we get started: is this enough for you to get a Switch 2?
The answer is yes. There's
Yes.
there's
Fine.
there's 3 reasons why I want to get a Switch 2 because of this Direct. There's one reason that overflows the cup. If that
Yeah.
one reason wasn't there, I would argue probably not.
Oh. Okay. Okay.
So,
Well, I know what you're talking about, but I'm curious what the other 2 reasons are. So you'll have to enlighten me as we soldier on.
okay.
All right. So the Nintendo Direct. Now, Nintendo did something that excites me almost as much as the Direct itself, in that they have done a full, huge write up of the Nintendo Direct with a recap at the top and then a bulleted point with the names of the games and the description. They have basically taken what we would normally have to spend hours doing, maybe not hours, but like an hour doing and making our show notes, and they have done it for us. So Nintendo, you're off to a great start. Maybe that's why I'm being so gracious with my grading, is
Because you
because
didn't
they
have to
saved me a
write.
lot of work. I don't appreciate them putting the Direct 2 days after Summer Games Fest. Like, come on.
Everyone historically has said it was going to be the end of June, and the fact that they dropped it the day after, that was planned.
We tried to plan this. We're like, okay, there's going to be a Nintendo Direct. There's rumored that there's going to be one this week. We're going to do our Summer Games Fest episode on Wednesday, and then we'll do our Nintendo Direct episode on Sunday. It'll be perfect.
Yep.
And then they did the exact thing that could throw the monkey wrench in, which is, oh, you guys aren't doing anything on Tuesday? Perfect. We're going to do the Direct then.
Whenever we make plans and announce our plans, they decide to go against it. It's
We
just
don't
what they do.
announce them. We just talk about it on the phone.
I'm listening.
They have us bugged. They're
They
like,
do.
we're not gonna make you change your podcast name over copyright concerns, but we are gonna spy on you.
All right, so let's get through this because we've got a lot to cover today.
Okay, I am gonna 100% let you kick this off with, because this is kind of ordered.
You want to follow? This is like in reverse order of the showcase.
I think it's like order of importance, which is kind of in reverse order because they always save the best stuff for last.
Okay, fine. We talked about Star Fox, right? And Star Fox has been heavily rumored for a long time. And with those rumors has been the extension of the Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time Master Remake. And when they announced Star Fox, all of the rumor mill goes, this is confirmation of the Legend of Zelda rumor. Because
it was that leak. There was a specific leak.
Yeah.
From, I forget the person's name, Nate or something, some such
whatever
thing.
his name is.
And it was Star Fox being leaked and Zelda being leaked. And the Star Fox leaks were 100% accurate, which
To the
basically
actual
confirmed
announcement.
that Zelda was going to happen.
Yes. So, with that being said, they have announced the Nintendo 64 Classic Ocarina of Time is having a new generation, and they're calling it a reborn of the game to the Switch 2. Now,
they only showed us a little bit.
It was the teaser of teasers. It was a beautiful teaser. Right off the bat, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 because of how excited I am for this game. Ocarina of Time is one of my personal favorites. Twilight Princess is the next best Zelda game, in my opinion. The next best.
Breath of the Wild is not behind Ocarina of Time?
Breath of the Wild, I think overall, if we were to map them out, I think that's my top 3 Zelda games. Breath of the Wild being 3, Twilight Princess being 2, Ocarina of Time being 1.
Okay, I never knew that.
What I'm going to say, though, is that if the rumors were as accurate as they were, and the Star Fox demo is anything to be a prediction of what they've done for the Legend of Zelda game, I have concerns. I'm going to push those concerns to the side for a quick second, and I'm going to say the graphics are phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal for this. And the videos and pictures are available for you to look up online. The original 64, the 3DS remake, and then this remake, or this reborn. Those 3 images together, you can see the progression of graphics that they have done, and this is chef's kiss beautiful. If the entire game has the graphic fidelity that this trailer presented, I am going to be very happy with change of graphics. But if you remember our gameplay mechanics graphics episode that we made way back when, I would like to point out that graphics, to me, are not the selling point of a game. Graphics may be the hook that catches your eye, but story and mechanics is what keeps a game on your shelf. I loved Ocarina of Time when it was 8-bit nonsense, or 16-bit. So 64-bit, yeah. And Nintendo 64. Anyway, I wants to point out that there are several mechanical flaws of Ocarina of Time on the 64 console, and if they don't have those things fixed, I will be somewhat disappointed. And this brings me...
You're concerned that they're going to do with Ocarina of Time what they're doing with Star Fox.
And that's my whole point. The demo for Star Fox is a 1-to-1 recreation of the original game, exactly as is. The only difference is they've slapped on new assets and updated some of the voice acting and the music. Besides that, it's the exact same game. So, am I getting that type of remake, or is this truly been reimagined, or as they call it on their own website, a reborn? Is it a true remaster, remaking of the game? That's where my concerns are.
So, I think the only reason I think Star Fox 64 is so mechanically specific, and I'm thinking back to a lot of the things that Nick Yeti had said when I had talked to him about this, because he's played it. He can play the game with his eyes closed. He knows all the shots. He knows all the routes. He knows all the little shortcuts and secrets. And I think they're playing into that with the new Star Fox because they have it's built in a new engine. They did add multiplayer. So it is a new, and it's not the old multiplayer. It's totally new multiplayer. It's online, all that. What I think because they have announced that they are working on a full new Star Fox game. And what I think is they built the assets and they built the engine and they said, we're going to take all these assets and engines and we are very easily going to be able to apply that to the old game because we know people love that game. So we're going to take all the new guts and apply it to the old game and not change anything. But really, all the stuff you're seeing in the new Star Fox was really built not for that remake, but for the new game that is coming. And what I think is they're doing the same with Ocarina of Time, and I do not think it is going to be a 1-for-1 recreation like I think it's going to be more akin to maybe not as crazy bloated and extra features as like the Final Fantasy Rebirth, but I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be mechanically a little different. I think there's probably going to be more playable content. So I don't think it's going to be a 1-for-1 remake like the Star Fox game is because that's not Nintendo's MO. I can't think of a single game that they have rebuilt the engine and the graphics only to have it be mechanically identical to the original game. The Star Fox remake is the only instance that we've seen this. Right? Unless I'm like they did it with Ocarina of Time from 64 to 3DS, but that was a fresh coat of paint, right? That wasn't a new engine.
The exact
just
same game.
graphical
Yeah.
assets.
Yep.
I don't think because I don't think they can also get away with saying it's reborn and returns for a new like they're hyping it up too much, I think, to just be a reskin.
I am going to take you down a rabbit hole.
Oh,
And this is something I alluded to when we spoke earlier.
Okay.
The new anniversary, the anniversary of the Zelda franchise is like on us. Like this is the year of the anniversary.
Yeah,
right.
30th, right?
Yep. You also have the Zelda movie literally today wrapping up filming. Right?
Oh, did they?
They did. And
what? That was quick. I feel like they just started filming that. What the hell?
It's been 6 months.
Like Link doesn't have many speaking lines, so it's really pretty quick.
I mean, yeah. And then you've got the movie's going to release, right? They've got other bunch of micro announcements.
Wait, did they announce when the movie's coming out? Because
2027.
Because Ocarina of Time's coming out this year.
Yeah.
That was my biggest shock, that it's coming out this year. I thought for sure it was going to be 2027.
Yeah. So I think that they are hyping up this base platform for what Zelda is, the Zelda franchise is. And one of the things that I think that they are hyping up is this. We know that there's a movie, right? We know that they're making the Nintendo universe with the Mario game. They are modernizing a lot of things that are within their purview. They're modernizing and bringing a lot of older games to newer, younger generations. Breath of the Wild is, per sales, the next best game that they have released since Ocarina of Time, right? Like, per sales, it is outsold everything.
Breath of the Wild, was a powerhouse for the Switch.
Something I noticed is that the shape of the Z in the logo that they have used for the Ocarina of Time is the same flourished and art style as Breath of the Wild and as Twilight or Tears of the Kingdom. And it's not I don't have this here.
Do you think it's a stretch?
I don't think it's a stretch. I think it's purposeful. I think they want the people who saw the success of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, and they want to pull them to this older game. And it's because of that art style. It's because of that single art style that I think that they are going to add more to the Ocarina of Time game. That's the only hint I have. And my thought process is that Tears of the Kingdom's story, if you've played the game all the way through, is all about Zelda traveling backwards in time and speaking to the original sages and using time travel to affect what happens to Link in the future and how she's going to support him from the past. And Ocarina of Time very much delves into the whole back and forth of Link going backwards and forwards in time, child Link and adult Link, in order to affect what happens in the future. I think that there's some sort of time travel moment here where Nintendo is setting up what should be their master timeline for the Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom story arc. I think they're resetting their own timeline.
So you think they're going to change the story of Ocarina of Time for the remake?
Don't think they're going to change the story of Ocarina of Time because I think they would be bent over like Jamie Fraser and whipped until he's bloodied, if anybody gets that reference. But what I do think is that I think that they are using the art style, color changing,
to set a consistent
consistent theme for each one of the games.
Perhaps.
That's what I think.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think that's a stretch, but that's what I think. I think that there's a timeline reason for the art styles of the title sequences to match. And Nintendo is too specific of a thing to change. They could have just made a gold print like they did with the original, but they had to add the flourish, the flower petal, slashes in the lettering. It's on purpose. And what is their purpose? That's the only thing that makes sense to me.
I think that is just to differentiate the logo from the original so that when you see it, you know it's the modernized version.
Could be. It very well could be. But it's my thought process. Now that we've spent so much stupid time on this one single game.
I mean, that is the crown jewel of this Direct.
It is.
Right?
It absolutely is.
If they didn't announce Zelda, this Direct would be getting panned harder than it already is.
Oh.
And it's getting panned.
Ocarina of Time is the best selling. You can't say.
I don't know about that.
You can't say Nintendo product, but it is the best selling Zelda game for sure. It is without a doubt.
I don't know about that.
I'm pretty sure Ocarina of Time still has outsold Breath of the Wild.
Let's see. Oh no! Oh no! Zelda Breath of the Wild, 34 million copies.
Okay.
Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, 21 million copies. Zelda Ocarina of Time, 14 million copies.
Ooh. That hurts.
But you have to think about how many people were playing and buying that type, like the scope. I think Ocarina of Time was so ubiquitous. If you owned a Nintendo 64, you owned Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Period.
I feel like it's almost like financial inflation and comparing prices then and now.
Yeah.
You have to be able to adjust them.
If you took it and you were like the percentage of Nintendo 64 owners that owned Ocarina of Time and the percentage of Nintendo Switch owners that owned Breath of the Wild, then they're on even footing.
Yeah.
Probably with Ocarina of Time being higher. But just the sheer volume of the Switch is so ridiculous compared to the 60.
My point of bringing this up, regardless of my numbers are right or wrong, is that this is their console seller.
This is a lot of people's favorite game. It is a console seller because you're buying the console for it.
There is Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sorry, Mario Kart World.
Honestly, the only thing that you could say so far that's been a console seller so far
is Mario Kart. Oh, yeah.
I think more people bought the console for Pokopia than they did for Mario Kart World.
I would agree.
Somehow.
But this is where their units are going to sell.
Yeah, they're coming into
more
holiday.
Units are going to get sold on their second year than they will be on their announcement release.
Yeah, 100%. Which I don't know how that's going to pan out because they cut back production after the Q1 sales of this year.
Yep.
So, all right. Moving right along, so this isn't just a Zelda episode.
If you are going to move in this order, I'll let you continue to move in this order. But I have comments about the...
Okay. So I actually had to...
Tri Kingdom, I know that you're hiding somewhere in chat. Get ready, because I'm coming for you.
Kingdom Hearts 4. So hold on. Before we do whatever we're about to do... Kingdom Hearts 4 was announced in 2022. Yep. I had to look this up. I'm gonna check before anybody.
It's been a while. Yeah.
I'm gonna double check this before I get, the pitchforks and things come out.
Fate Maker, I'm just now reading all of your messages. I apologize for not responding to you live. You are old, and so am I.
Kingdom Hearts 4 was originally announced in April 2022, right?
Yep.
And there has been almost no news on it, right? And Kingdom Hearts is one of those series that people foam at the mouth for. I mean, I was so all about Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2, and then they waited like 15 years to make Kingdom Hearts 3, and by that point, they had already made like Kingdom Hearts 2/3 over an ampersand remix of the left earbud of my partner's dog's cousin's uncle's dietitian's heart. Like all these batshit crazy
Kingdom Hearts.
Titles, they lost me.
Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 2.5 remix.
Exactly. I have an aneurysm every time I read a Kingdom Hearts title that doesn't begin with 1, 2, 3, or 4.
What I will tell you though is that those games did not age well.
I disagree. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 specifically is still a banger. The combat is still a banger. Replay it.
I have.
Kingdom Hearts 2?
I own it. That's the only reason why I still have That's the only reason why I have a PlayStation 4 is so that I can still play my Kingdom Hearts games.
I like Kingdom Hearts, but Kingdom Hearts 4 having anything come up, the fact that they went through all of Summer Game Fest, not a peep about Kingdom Hearts 4, and then they drop it that it's coming out for the Switch 2 at launch, like out of nowhere is crazy. That is a crazy move. I mean, to be fair, Square Enix and Nintendo are getting super buddy because you have the Final Fantasy Remake and Rebirth, you have Revelations coming to the Switch 2 at launch. You have Final Fantasy 14, which I'm jumping ahead a little bit, but Final Fantasy 14 is coming out for the Switch 2. So Square Enix and Nintendo are clearly on very good working terms right now, because to drop Kingdom Hearts 4, which is arguably the biggest Square Enix sleeper bomb that you could possibly drop during the Nintendo Direct, and it wasn't even the biggest thing. Zelda was the thing. Kingdom Hearts 4 got overshadowed. Like, this is the only instance you could say that. Also, Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3 are getting brought, and it also comes with Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 plus 2.5 remix, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 final chapter prologue. Sorry. That's all coming to the Switch.
Tri-Kingdom's biggest gripe was, why was it that Nintendo got to announce Kingdom Hearts?
Because they friends.
But why? It's always been a PlayStation game.
Sony sucks.
Tell that to the two biggest Sony players
said,
in our chat.
I mean, Sony's been taking some L's. Sony's been taking some L's. I'm not going to get into it on this episode because it's a Nintendo episode, but Sony's been taking some L's lately.
What I will say,
I'm not going to get into it, but
what
Nintendo
I will
and
say,
Square Enix are.
It's been such a long time that Kingdom Hearts 4 has been announced. I and many of us have been talking on the side about how we thought the reason why was announced and it's been sleeping for the past 4 years is because that they were remastering the original series and that they were going to release Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 remastered and then announce Kingdom Hearts 4. And if they had given the Ocarina of Time treatment to 1, 2, and 3, I would have been a lot more excited about Kingdom Hearts.
I don't think 3 is old enough to get a full...
They did the same thing with Halo. They did the Master Chief Collection. They did 1 remaster, 2 remaster, and they just re-released 3 as it was. So I just assumed that that's what they were going to do.
I guess. I don't know. Square Enix confuses me with a lot of their strategies on like re-releases and remakes. But so that's big for Kingdom Hearts fans. Like I said, I've dropped off the Kingdom Hearts train like a decade and a half ago.
The number 3 reason why I'm interested in a Switch 2 is our next title.
Oh yeah. Nice shot. It's gonna be the Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, following in the footsteps of the original
Wii Sports.
Wii Sports. Yeah, I'm like, what was it called? Yeah, Wii Sports. They did Wii Sports and then Wii Sports Resort, and now we're back with Switch Sports and Switch Sports Resort. Return to Woohoo Island it's got 12 different sports. We got boxing, yay. Table tennis, cool. Archery, great shot. Tennis, awesome. Volleyball, there's going to be a lot of holes and a lot of ceilings for volleyball. Power cruising. Somebody fell asleep in the meeting at localization because this is called jet skiing.
Yeah.
It's not a weird obscure sport. It's jet skiing. In fact, Nintendo made a game that they launched with called Wave Race about jet skiing. They didn't call it power cruising then. I don't know what power cruising is, but jet skiing. Prop plane, which is like a remote control plane, and you take the Joy-Con and you go like this. Like when you're trying to feed a toddler. You take the
I interpreted that more as if you're going to throw a paper airplane.
Oh yeah, but you can't, like, that's why you have to wear the strap.
Yeah, because you can't actually let go.
Yeah. Yep. They should have done darts. Have they ever done darts?
They have. It was
too many.
I was just looking up. Woohoo Island was the original Wii Fit Island from 2007. It was like Return. Yeah. So like that's what it was.
And there's also was the thumb wrestling that was part of Switch Sports Resort, right?
Yeah.
There's thumb wrestling, which that was the one that they spent the most amount of time on and watched the president of Nintendo get beat by the AI in thumb wrestling. They spent more time showcasing the thumb wrestling than they did for.
There were a lot of darts games that were available on the Wii, but I guess it was not a part of Wii Sports.
No, I don't remember it being a part of Wii Sports, but it
Huh.
seems like it.
It seems like it
It,
could have
it
been. Yeah.
feels like a thing. So that's oh yeah, I missed this one: basketball, bowling, golf, and thumb wrestling, and
Thumb wrestling.
skateboarding.
Thumb
Skateboarding, but
wrestling
the
was,
skateboarding is done on grass.
yeah. Yeah.
So
Thumb wrestling
this
was dumb.
this is. I don't know if I'm going to get it personally, but dang it, if it's not the best family game you could ask for
Yeah.
on the Switch, especially with that many sports, tennis, bowling, boxing, like
I'm going to get this game simply so I can play it with a family. The Switch
yeah,
is
same,
designed to be
same.
a family console. So I want.
Here's a question: Do you think do you think it has mixed lobbies of two people playing at my house on one console, playing with two people that are playing at your house on one console?
No, I don't think it includes that, but that would be
Because
great.
Mario Party does, Mario Kart does Switch Sport. That might be a deciding factor
Yeah.
if I get the game. Because if I can play with my son and we can play with you and your son, like that sounds worth it to me already.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm sad they didn't bring back though is the tanks.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
the little tank things. That would have also sold it for me because I love the tank game. Moving right along, this isn't an announcement so much as an update, but the Dusk Bloods. We got a closer look at the Dusk Bloods, which is from Software's new multiplayer focused
Did you call it
Souls-like.
FromSoft and not FormSoft?
From Software.
I thought it was called FormSoft this time.
No, From Software. It's from
Okay.
FromSoft
Okay.
or From Software. You want to use its government name. But the Dust Bloods, now this is interesting because they showed some story stuff. The big news was that there is going to be a closed beta test this summer on the
Yep.
Switch 2. This is a Switch 2 Souls-like exclusive. But what's more interesting to me is what they have written in the description here. In this new multiplayer action game, you'll take on the role of the Bloodsworn and fight against and alongside up to 7 other players with unique weapons and abilities. Now, up
7
until
players.
this point, yeah, 7 players is wild. But this is the first that I'm hearing that it's not strictly co-op. Because I think in every other reference that they've talked about this game, it's been multiplayer, team up with a friend. They've never said against other players,
Mm.
which really makes me curious about the format of this game. Like, what is it going to be, like invasion style, like with Souls? Like, is it going to be something that's more like a battle royale style, like with Night Rain, or like what? How is this going to go? I am very excited about this game though. Like this is one of my top titles that's coming to the Switch too, especially that it's multiplayer focused. I'm going to force you to get it. I'm sorry in advance. But if you weren't planning on getting it, I'm going to yeah.
Tell
We're
me
going
I
to
have
play
to
it.
get it.
We're going to play it together. I don't know what we're going to do. It's us versus 7 other people. That might be a bad time, but
I'm down for that. Xenoblade Genesis is the next game that's on the list. And I'll be honest with you, the Xenoblade series is something that I have always been interested in, but I have never found the opportunity to play. So this might be the reason that I dabble in the series, especially since I'm getting the console. I might get the Switch 2 version of this.
Yeah, and Xenoblade, the next thing on the list, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition experienced a critically acclaimed first game, Xenoblade Chronicles Saga in 4K. So you can play Xenoblade 2 Xenoblade 3. It's all the Xenoblades are coming to the Switch 2 with definitive 4K super duper Switch 2 editions.
Which, that's worth it to me.
I mean, the game looks fantastic. It's so many people's favorite series. It's a sci-fi RPG, which
Yep.
is right, I think, up both of our alleys.
Yep.
I am the only reason I've never jumped into it is because I am afraid of
Yep.
this series because these are not short games,
Nope.
and they outnumber me by a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid to dip my toe in because I don't have bandwidth in my life to get sucked into another series like that. I
Yeah.
just don't. If they were like, sorry, we've stopped making Monster Hunter games, maybe we can talk. But yeah, it's a lot. But Xenoblade Genesis, a new Xenoblade game, is to a lot of people as big as the Ocarina of Time remake. I think to some people it might be bigger because this is a true new game
Yeah.
in some people's favorite series, and Ocarina of Time is a remake.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the Xenoblade Chronicles may not be as wildly popular in our current market. It is wildly popular across a lot of other markets. And I personally think that the Xenoblade Chronicles story probably will do better in Japan than it will do here. I don't know, but that's my assumption.
I think that's true. The other thing that's always turned me off and kept me away from Xenoblade a little bit is what's his name? Shulk.
Oh.
Because they put him in Smash Brothers and he's incredibly annoying.
Yep.
Like, I've seen the future. Like, I can't I hate his character so much. It's so corny, and now that's translated to coloring the entire of Xenoblade, even though he's one character.
Yeah,
I don't want to see him.
that's
Whatever
fair.
game he's in, that's the one that I'm going to skip.
Moving right along,
Moving right along.
because we're at 47 minutes, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Pokemon Pokopia free update and paid DLC, which,
Yeah,
you know
of
what?
course.
I'm fine with that.
Of course. But the only criticism I have, and I thought this, and when I showed my son the trailer, he thought the same thing. They're like, it's a free update where you can build underwater. Cool. Coming
Awesome.
in August. Great.
Great.
Free for everybody in August. Fantastic. Also, we're releasing as part of the expansion pack bubbly beach or bright bubbles or whatever the underwater city is where there's going to be new Pokemon, a new town. That's the meat of the DLC. Awesome. When you buy the expansion pack, you get 3 of these new updates. You get one in August, which is the bright bubbles, and then there's one coming in 2026 and another one in 2027. So it's 3 things. And then they said, get the expansion pass and get these 3 things available today. And when I heard that, I'm like, no way. Did they shadow drop this? The expansion pass is available for purchase today. And you can buy it and you can have it and you could say, I have the expansion pass, but you're not getting anything except
Content.
like a pre-order bonus skin
Yeah.
until August when the content comes. I think that was a fumble. I don't know if it was a translation error or they were just. So I've never heard anything announced that way where it's like, if you buy it now and you get it in a couple months, that's called a pre-order.
Yeah,
They've been
they
doing
should
it
have
for a
called it
while.
pre-order today, not yet. Yeah.
But
Go
it's
ahead.
exciting that the game is getting DLC. I mean, it just came out.
We
It
also
just
just
came
talked about how it's we believe that it pushes the console needle, so it's a console seller, and therefore them already giving it a free update and DLC gives it legs. And like Animal Crossing, having access to new lands and new opportunities, new tools will allow this game to have a cult following. The Pokemon franchise is huge. The content that they created with Pokopia is amazing. This is one of those games that digs its claws into those ADHD type people like myself who loves repetitive, easy things to do, and it's so much
And
fun.
item
Oh
management.
my god, I love me some
Are
item
you when
management.
you get a Switch 2, are you gonna get Pokopia?
I have played Pokopia. I know that I would be addicted to this game, but it is not Lady Sage's play style. She's
Really?
for the love of
And
God,
Stardew Valley, I would think.
it's exactly the type of thing I think she would like, but it's not the art style, and it's like the top down angle of it is too much for her.
She really doesn't like
She's got
that 3/4 view,
no, she
Diablo,
hates it,
anything.
hates it. It's I she knows what she likes, right? You can't
Yeah,
fault her
I
for
mean,
it.
it's
She's a
good to know
grown
before
woman
you
who
buy
knows her
it.
limits. So, but my name is Jeff has it, so I can just scratch my itch by logging onto his console and playing it.
Oh, man.
Um, moving
Moving right along.
along, a game that should have been out 3 years ago.
So it
Minecraft
is
coming.
out.
No.
So
Minecraft, the definitive edition, the edition that we have access to on normal big boy consoles, is now finally coming to the child console, the family console, the Nintendo Switch, specifically the Switch
so
2.
So it has been that Minecraft has been on the Switch with all the same content and updates,
Listen to this
except for
propaganda guy pushing the pedal.
listen, do not start. I have shit talked Minecraft enough for 3 lifetimes, okay? I am not defending Minecraft in any way. I am just saying Minecraft has been out for the Switch with all the same features except for vibrant visuals, which got me reinvested into Minecraft because it adds HD textures, it adds lighting effects,
It's
ray
basically
tracing,
ray tracing for
shadows, dynamic shadows. Like it really, if you've only played Minecraft in like the very original blocky style and you play with vibrant visuals, it's a different
the
experience, truly.
leaves move as the wind blows.
Yeah.
Like
Ooh, you got beat poetry with Coral.
I could keep going, but I'm not gonna. So the fact
But
that it's
so
coming to the Switch 2 with a
it's
huge update and all of your information and your save data will transfer over to the new.
yeah, it's getting a
Perfect.
Switch 2. It's getting a Switch 2 version
Yeah.
and they're adding vibrant visuals, which they should have added vibrant visuals when the Switch 2 came out. They should have said, "All right, we're going to take advantage." Like, it's Minecraft. It's not hard to change the settings. I can do it on my PC going like
Yep.
so. Silly. Anyway. Um
Orbitals.
Orbitals. We finally got a official release date of September 3rd. They did say fall, and that's about as early in the fall as you can get.
Yeah. 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 I
Is Orbitals.
I very much want to get this game with you. I honestly,
Yes.
screw you. I might just get this game for Lady Sage and myself. This game looks like it's a lot of fun.
Yes, the couch co-op aspect
Yep.
sells this game for me.
Here's the thing. We talked about how my wife very much knows that she does not like the 3/4 vision.
This is just third person. It's
She
standard third
does
person.
not like space games.
It's anime space though. It's not.
We'll
It's cute.
we'll see. We'll see.
It's cute like
Either.
Space Susuto. Like not it's not like Dead Space. She
Yeah.
doesn't like space games that you like.
That's right.
Because you only like horror
I
space games.
I like some gritty space games. That's
And
true.
No Man's Sky. That's a good like in between of like Dead Space and Orbitals.
Yeah. I think this will be a great game for her and I. I also think it's a great game for Sushi Cat and Little Red. I think this would be a great household game. I think it's gonna be a
Yeah.
great game for you and I to stream together.
got so
Um,
much darn charm.
yeah, yeah, I'm ready to play this game.
I just hope, because September 3rd, I just hope it doesn't release too close to like other crazy games that are coming out in the fall.
So
Um,
while you look that up, I'm gonna keep pushing us forward. The Way of the Sword, Amiusha. Now, when this game was announced, they called it the next game in the sword slashing series. Now,
yeah,
they meant that as a genre.
I think they meant that as it's the next. I think they just meant it as it's the next game in the Onimusha series, because
Okay.
this is a Capcom series that has gone back, I don't know,
So
20
I
years.
thought that that was also a mistranslation because the way they said it in English implied that this was a genre of sword slashing games, and this is the next installment in sword slashing games as a genre, and that's
Oh,
what
I
I
got
thought
you.
I thought that's what they meant.
I could see how you would think that if you don't know that it's a series.
Yeah.
Because
So
it's kind of an obscure series. I
yeah.
mean, no, it's not really. I don't know. I've never played an Onimusha game. I will probably play this Onimusha game because it's Capcom and we love
We love
Capcom.
Capcom. I
The
should have worn
only
my shirt.
thing, the only thing is Minecraft Dungeons 2 is coming out on September 29th.
Yeah.
And I am super committed to that game because of my son, but also because we played the hell
Oh
out of
my
Minecraft
god.
1.
Minecraft Dungeons like holds a place. I still pick it up every once in a while and just like log back in and slash around. I enjoy my
It's
it's not it's not on this release. It's on our next episode for the Xbox
yeah.
showcase, but it is definitely something I'm excited.
I will say Minecraft Dungeons was one of the games that we played that really struggled and chugged on the Switch 1, and I can happily report runs completely better on the Switch 2.
Okay. That's
Because
cool.
I introduced my son to it after we got a Switch 2, and I was like, "Oh my god, there's
Please.
no frame drops. Look at how many enemies. There's no frame drops. This is crazy. I could use the firework gun again. This is great."
Awesome. Awesome. Fire
Um,
Emblem Fortune's
ooh,
Weave.
this is another, as we're going through these one by one, I think my opinion of this direct is changing a little bit.
Okay.
Because Fire Emblem,
I,
Fire Emblem and Xenoblade Chronicles are the two of the most popular,
yeah.
I'll say, contemporary series, even though Fire Emblem is super old as a series. I feel like from Three Houses onward, Fire Emblem has really found a footing in the United States
Yeah.
with a very passionate and numerous fan base. So a new Fire Emblem game being announced and a new Xenoblade Chronicle game being announced, like that's a massive win
Yeah.
for two huge, some of the biggest fan bases as far as Nintendo games that aren't just like generic like Mario. I would say more people are probably going to play Xenoblade and Fire Emblem than played the new Metroid Prime, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably fair. Yep. And Metroid
And
Prime is a worthy game.
I would say I would say more people are going to agree that the new Fire Emblem and the new Xenoblade Chronicles are going to be better games overall than the Metroid Prime game.
Yeah. Yep.
So, new Fire Emblem game, which is another like tactical RPG set in a fantasy world, another genre that
Ups
seems
our alley.
completely up my alley that I'm sure I would get absolutely addicted to if I dip my little toe in the pond. But again,
Yep.
I needed a third, second, and fourth copy of me to play these games.
I'm gonna do these next two out of order. Uh Donkey Kong Bonanza, DK Island, and Emerald Rush DLC event.
I don't really know what this means. I watched the trailer. I read the recap. And maybe it's because I borrowed the game from somebody, but so
Limited time content collaboration. So in Donkey Kong Island, in Donkey Kong Bonanza, there will be a DK Island, and on that island will be an event called Emerald Rush, which will have an additional limited time content collaboration with Super Mario Bros. Meaning you'll play as Donkey Kong and you'll be able to wear a Mario hat and you'll be able to punch the sand and collect Mario coins.
So again, this is for people who have played through the story,
Yep.
beaten Donkey Kong Bonanza, and purchased the DLC. If you've done
Correct.
those things, you will have access to a limited time game.
Now,
Minigame.
this mini game is a challenge, like a time challenge or a time trial. Like it adds some level of replayability to the game so that you can better yourself, right? The reason why I wanted to do this out of order is because they also announced DK Challenge, which is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online Suite, specifically available on the Nintendo Switch 2. And the DK Challenge is going to be a series of challenges. A series of challenges that are specifically revolved around DK games where you can do time trial challenges or, banana point challenges in order to, like, I guess, test your wit against your friends and foes online. And all of these challenges are spread across the umbrella of the DK games.
I want a Mario version of this challenge so bad.
I was thinking as they had this announcement on screen, I was like, why didn't they do a Mario version of this?
Yeah, because they want to sell Donkey Kong DLC.
Where's my Donkey Kong 64 remaster?
I don't know, but they're not going to make one if you don't play it on the system.
I honestly think the Donkey Kong Challenge thing is really cool. I think it's a great concept. Yeah. I think it's a good way.
Try it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a good way to get younger gamers to taste the sweet of Donkey Kong games that have been out. I like the idea of them wrapping in Donkey Kong Bonanza into this challenge thing. I think it's interesting. The collaboration with Super Mario Bros. Is a little interesting to me, but yeah, sure, why not?
I just realized how far down this list we are.
Yeah,
and it's not at all. So
let's pushing you.
Let's do a speed round. Deltarune Chapter 5 is coming to Nintendo Switch 2. It's coming. Deltarune Chapter 5, big in the Undertale series world.
Dragon Quest Monsters.
With that is
world, yeah.
Yeah, that looks cool. I've been told that's a good monster capturing game, and that's another new game in a pretty popular series.
Yep.
Kind of an offshoot series, kind of like Monster Hunter Stories.
Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Horizon, which is just a game that's been out and is coming to the Switch.
No, so
Dragon Dogma 2.
The original Dragon's Dogma 2 came out, Dragon's Dogma. Yep. And then they announced DLC for it called Dark Arisen. And it was the DLC for the original Dragon's Dogma. It added a whole endgame loop, challenges, all that. Then, 20 years later, Dragon's Dogma 2 came out. Great game, fantastic. Dragon's Dogma 2 Dark Arisen is the DLC for Dragon's Dogma 2. But it has the exact same name as the first one, which has confused everyone.
But this is also the announcement of Dragon's Dogma 2 being available on Switch 2.
Yes.
So,
along with the DLC.
Yes.
Which is awesome because Dragon's Dogma 2 was fantastic.
Yeah.
You never played it.
No, I played the first one.
but you never played Dragon's Dogma 2.
No.
You would love it. You'd be sucked in.
Probably.
It is so Dungeons and Dragons coded.
Yeah. And that's
It
why I
is
played the first one.
Yeah, it is everything about the first one, but like gassed up and smoothed over.
So this next title, Rhythm Haven Groove, looks like an acid trip that is supposed to be painted over as a child's game.
So Rhythm Heaven is also another longtime series
Yep.
that is getting a new game. So again, now that I'm going over this, it's like because I don't play Rhythm Heaven, I don't play Fire Emblem, I don't play Xenoblade Chronicles. I think watching this, I was a little biased and I underestimated like there's are multiple communities getting a new game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's a rhythm game.
But
If you know, you know.
it's more than a rhythm game. Like this game has a teaching a child things built into it.
Yeah, it's like and there's like an RPG game within it
Within
where
it,
like you
yep.
cast a spell, you hit a certain combination, but it's basically like a collection. It's a rhythm game anthology.
Yes.
That's all built within the same system. It's almost like a WarioWare,
Yeah. Okay.
but with rhythm,
Yep.
but with a rhythm. And it's just as weird.
This next title, I'm honestly perplexed by because I didn't
So
really
this
think
is
that the
it's been
last.
announced.
I know, but I didn't think that the last game really did so well to push this as hard as they.
I think because they sold so it's Splatoon Raiders. Splatoon Raiders is the new single player focused Splatoon game that's coming to the Switch 2 in July? Yeah.
Which I think is
Uh,
a great concept. I thought Splatoon should have more single player. The Splatoon 1 single player was great.
yes. But I think the DLC for Splatoon 2 and the DLC for Splatoon 3 sold like hotcakes, and I think that encouraged them to make this. Now, I am mildly interested in this game because it is multiplayer, it is co-op. However, this game looks like they took Salmon Run, which is the mode from Splatoon 2 and 3.
Yep.
They took Salmon Run and they made it into its own game. And on the surface, that's fine. But if you were around when we played Splatoon 3 at launch a ton, Salmon Run started out really fun and became very unfun very quickly because it became super unforgiving. It became super random with the spawns. I had a lot of problems with Salmon Run. And if this game is going to be Salmon Run the game, I am not interested.
Okay.
It looks like it could be cool because you could level up. It's got sort of an RPG progression system where you kind of choose what you want to spec into. If I get this, it will probably be dependent on if someone I know like you gets it because there's no local co-op play on this game. It's online co-op only,
Yeah.
which is a big negative to me. If I don't have any friends that get Splatoon Raiders, I'm probably not getting it because it's coming out in the season of a lot of other good games coming out right before holiday. So I don't think it's going to make the cut. Star Fox, we got the demo. Obviously, I've been playing it. It's great. They just announced that the demo is coming out during the direct. Big Walk. Do you know this game?
I don't. I mean, I saw the trailer and like, cool, but I really don't know the game.
So this is from the producers of Untitled Goose Game, and it is a online like online multiplayer walking simulator where you go for a big walk and you do challenges and puzzles. I've had my eye on this game, but again, it's online multiplayer. So if you don't know somebody who has this game, which I don't know anybody who's even heard of this game, hopefully a lot more people are going to get into it because it's now. I mean, it was on a Nintendo Direct. It's been out on console and Steam for a while. So it's cool that it's coming to Switch too. If you have friends that are interested, you could play it. I'm not sure how much it's going to cost. It's probably going to be $20. But this is another game that you really only should get if you have a friend that is also getting it.
Yeah.
Speaking of getting things, I have terrible allergies, and I'm sorry I sound like a duck.
You do. You sound like a goose. Quack, quack. The next game that's on the list, we have already discussed Star Fox, and we are very much interested in this game, so I can't wait for it to come out. We played the demo. The demo is awesome. Everybody should go ahead and play the demo because it's spectacular.
We talked about Big Walk. Devil May Cry.
Devil May Cry, Devil Hunter Edition. Now, this is Devil May Cry 5, though. A lot of the community is upset that there has not been an announcement for a new Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I think there will be. I think there will be at some point in the relative near future.
The fact that they did Devil May Cry 5 Hunter Edition, I genuinely feel like was like a slap in the face because everybody thought this was going to be.
I don't think so. I think it's just they're porting it to the Switch 2 because now the Switch 2 is a big boy console that can run the big boy games.
Yeah, yeah.
Which we are now going to creep into the territory of that narrative, which is the main narrative that a lot of people took away from this direct, in that you said in the beginning that the Switch 2 is just playing catch up.
Yes.
Because now it's getting all the games that you would expect to see.
Most of these games probably should have been a part of the original console announcement in order to make it a true contender.
Yeah. Well, I think people needed time. I think they played it close to the chest.
Yeah.
And I don't think they gave out a lot of developer kits because they are hyper paranoid for good reason about leaks.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so a lot of these studios probably didn't get the developer kit for the Switch 2 until the Switch 2 came out, which was only a year ago.
Yeah.
So
Final Fantasy Resonance.
Yeah. This is actually kind of a big deal too, because this is the first original 2D, 3D, but 2D Final Fantasy game that's come out in a long time. Right? There's the Final Fantasy Tactics that was a remake. There's Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth that was a remake. And then you have, 15, 16, the standard series. But this is the one that's sort of in line with like Crystal Chronicles and Tactics and things like that. It's a 2D, it's old school. So I'm probably not for me, but awesome for people who like that genre. Jujutsu. Gosh, there's so much.
So here I'm gonna save us some time real quick. You've got Jujutsu Kaisen Rumble Survivation.
They made that word up.
Yeah. I just like had to reread that for a second. Which is a vampire survival. This is an old school graphic game. Like this is like we talked about 18-bit.
Vampire Survivors is very old school graphics, and now they've brought Jujutsu Kaisen to it. Why? Because people will play it for sure.
The next game, Pikuniku.
Pikuniku
2.
Sure, Pikuniku 2.
Yeah. Yep.
Puzzle game.
Cool.
Very Japanese.
Rayman Legends retold. Bold reimagining of the original platformer. Like, cool.
Okay.
I like Rayman. Rayman goes in line with Spyro, which is what we're going to be talking about in the next episode for the State of Play.
What about this next game here?
Yeah, so I wanted to run through this list so I can get to this. Now, you, me, and Nick Yeti, I want to say probably episode 3, 4, in episode 3 or 4 when we very first started, we reviewed this game, Ninjala, when it first came out. I
can't believe it's still around.
We played this game,
and I was like, is that Ninjala?
Did we even stream this game?
Oh yeah, Oh yeah,
We
that's like
streamed this game. We did a review episode on this game, and we streamed this game once, and it didn't really do well.
it. It was a very niche. It was a PvP focused game, and I feel like the net code was almost good enough to keep up with what they wanted to do. It was very ambitious. I was
Yep.
very into it, but when the game actually came out and you got a feel for what the latency and what the online experience was going to be like, it didn't. I feel like that's why I dropped off of it, is because it just didn't. It was a very, you had to have good reactions, you had to time things, and the network would rubber band all over the place, and it became impossible
The
to
concept
play.
was good. The graphic art style, the customizations of your characters and your sticks and everything else was really interesting. I just didn't think it was worth a second installment. We have been doing
Well,
this.
this is like a single player. They're doing
Yeah,
kind of the same thing that they did with Splatoon.
we've been doing this for 6 years, and now that was year one. Now they come up with Ninjala 2.
I just feel like the whatever studio, I think they're a Chinese or a Korean studio, whatever studio that makes this game, this is not the main game that they make. I feel like they are making revenue elsewhere, and then they are making this game on the
For
side
fun.
as
Yeah.
like, this is our, every couple of years we get back together, we do this and we release it, because that's what a lot of Asian studios do, specifically Chinese and Korea. It's just kind of like, it's a little bit unfamiliar, but I see it. I see the throughway logic.
Lies of P, the complete edition, coming to the Switch 2. I don't know if you've played this game. I've played this game on the Xbox Game Pass.
Oh,
It's
I know
a
I haven't.
it's a game that I was kind of excited about. It's a hack and slash, like, dark uh twist on Geppetto and whole.
But it's like a Souls like,
It
right?
is.
It's like,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's kind of hard. It's a good game. It's coming to Switch 2. Good for them.
hooray!
One Piece Brand Gourmet.
It's a One Piece cozy game with cooking.
Yeah.
It's like Cooking Mama, Dave the
David. Oh
Diver.
my gosh.
Damn
Yeah.
it, Dave the Diver,
Yep. Yep.
mixed with One Piece, which is super cool.
Speaking of cozy games, Hello Kitty Party Land.
Yep,
Ori
that's a thing.
Mosho Relevant Blades. Also not a game I'm
Yeah, this
familiar
was a
with.
2D action RPG returns. So I
Yep.
guess what is Muramasa
Yeah.
Revenant Blades. Okay, it looks pretty cool. I'm not a big fan of the art style that they used for that. I
Yeah.
saw that and I was like, but pretty
Metaphor
cool.
Referencio.
This is that I'm pretty sure this is in the Persona series. This is a Persona.
Okay. Okay.
So I think it's like an offshoot of the Persona games. Stellar Blade, a
Yes.
lot of people really like this game. So
The graphics on this game look really cool. This game specifically, and it kind of has like this dark, like, dystopian vibe thing to it.
yeah,
I kind of
very
dig it.
post-apocalyptic
Yeah.
sci-fi. But supposedly the combat was really good. So, but again, this game came out 2 years ago, I think. So this is the most popular games of the last couple years are finally coming to Switch 2.
Yep.
And I think, again, I've said this since the beginning with Switch 2. The Switch 2 is great if you only have a Switch. If you have another console or a PC, the value of the Switch 2 gets cut in half, because you're really only getting it for portability and for Nintendo original titles.
Yeah. Or if you're
But
that family who has a kid who wants to be able to play all these other games that they just can't because they don't have that console at home or the
yeah, or if it's
computer.
if it's a PC or something.
Yeah. So
Rune,
RuneScape, Dragon Wilds.
Yeah, I thought because of the RuneScape title, I thought this was multiplayer for a second, but
It's not.
unfortunately it is not. But it's set in the world of RuneScape, so that will certainly appeal to a certain type of gamer, a whole generation of certain type of gamers.
Lords
I
of the
am
Fallen 2.
I am very interested in this game because this
Okay.
is another co-op style Souls-like game that Nick Yeti has been trying to get me into for years, Lords of the Fallen 1.
Yep.
And this is coming out in fall, so depending on when Duskbloods comes out, if Duskbloods comes out late summer, early fall, and we have time to play that, and then Lords of the Fallen 2 comes out later in the fall, I could be in my Souls-like era. This is looking really strong, if you like that kind of game.
So the rest of the games that are on this list were presented into a montage, a fast run of displaying of these games. So I'm going to run through them. If you've got something that you really feel passionate about, holler out.
Let's
Fantasy.
alternate. You read one, I read one. You read one, I read one.
Okay. Final
All right.
Fantasy. What is that? 11? No, 14.
14.
Final Fantasy 14 Online, which is their online MMO. Like,
Yes. I do. This will probably be the only one that I pause for, but an MMO like that coming to the Switch 2 is kind of crazy.
yeah.
Like, where is our console version of World of Warcraft? I think to stay alive, they have to do it. But I would be interested in this if I didn't have to pay a
There's a
subscription to
subscription fee.
play it.
Yep.
I'll probably do a demo thing of it, but Tales of Eternity are remastered. A dungeon crawler kind of game that is remastered, coming to Switch in October.
Altair Kyria, the Night Kingdom and the Guide of Memories, an alchemy themed RPG arrives. Cool. Switch 2.
Cool. Rise of the Tomb Raider 20th anniversary or 20-year celebration. Classic Tomb Raider stuff coming early 2027.
The modern Rise of the Tomb Raider series games are phenomenal. If you haven't played them and you
Oh,
really
played 'em?
want a good single player crawl game, which does close combat, stealth, and shooting, the modern Tomb Raider games are great storytelling.
Ooh, okay.
Metal Gear Solid Master Collection. I'm not a huge Metal Gear fan, but I know there's a lot of people who are Metal Gear Solid fans, and they're good games. So
Yeah. Snow Runner, driving trucks in the snow. It's coming. It's out. It's out right now. Go get
yep.
it.
Observer System Redux. Yep.
Warhammer 40K Space Marine 2. I love this game. This game's great. Nintendo needs to be real confident in their netcode, though. They are bringing the multiplayer games on board. Warhammer, Space Marine 2, Final Fantasy 14 Online, Dustbloods, all multiplayer focused. The netcode better be crispy. I'm just saying.
DayZ, specifically the Cool Edition. The DayZ game is actually pretty good. I've played DayZ on Xbox Game Pass. Decent open world multiplayer survival sandbox post-apocalyptic games. Fun.
Isn't like proximity chat with your voice like a pretty
It's
big part of this game?
Yeah, it's still in there. And given the new multiplayer voice settings that they have for the Switch too, it could be fun.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised because Nintendo usually keeps a very tight regulations on their chat featers
With
in
their
game.
new features that they've got and the camera and everything else, this kind of makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah. Everbloom, cute, cozy farming simulator. You could grow popcorn.
I'm kind of surprised to see that they even announced this, which is probably why they shuffled it into the montage and tried to bury it. Fitness Boxing 3, your personal trainer, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Fitness Boxing 3 is basically just like
Oh,
another workout using the new camera play features. 4-player local multiplayer launching on Nintendo Switch for July 16th. I feel like this is
okay.
a feature that they could have included in Wii Sports, and maybe that's why they buried it.
Maybe, yeah, maybe they just didn't want it to compete.
But
Like, why?
to my knowledge, isn't it a Nintendo game? Like, don't they own this? So, like,
Yeah, they do. I think this game has been out and it's just getting a Switch 2 edition. So it's just getting some minor upgrades and gets the new camera play thing. I think most of it is the same.
Yeah. Hardware
It's kind of like the
resolutions.
Minecraft thing. It's like it's getting a couple new features to take advantage of the horsepower, but largely it's going to be the same game.
And that is the entire Nintendo Switch showcase or direct.
Dang. What I would say side quest, what are you most excited for? But that's the stupidest question.
Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. What is yours?
Besides the Ocarina of Time remake, is there anything that really
Besides my
excites you?
top three? Besides my top three? Um Besides Ocarina of Time, besides the Wii Sports, I am excited about Orbitals. I think Orbitals is going to be
Oh,
a fun game, and I really do want to play that. I am interested about Splatoon Raiders because I like the single player style. Um, I I'm interested in the Xenoblade series. I think I want to dive into that, but I'm not certain yet. I need like a demo or something.
Hmm. I think for me it's Dustbloods.
Yeah.
Dustbloods has my attention. FromSoft is known to fumble the ball with multiplayer though, which is why I think they're doing this closed beta test to build confidence because Night Rain, was kind of popular but really fell off because people were like the consistency of the online multiplayer is bad.
Yeah.
So but this is just there's no cross-platform stuff to worry about. Well, they actually didn't have cross-platform in that either, so sorry. But
Sorry.
this is on the Switch. It's using Nintendo's own network. Hopefully it'll be good. If the multiplayer is good, I am all in on this game.
Yeah.
And yeah, obviously Orbitals and the other ones that we've talked about too.
Cool.
So that's all, folks. Thanks for hanging out. I can't imagine that we're going to do another episode right now. But we'll talk about that off camera, folks.
At
Thanks
our
for
next
hanging out.
episode.
Let us know in the comments or tag us on social media what your favorite thing besides the Ocarina of Time remake was about this, because that doesn't count. I don't want to see that commented 50 times. Be original. Think of other things.
Uh,
What are you excited besides that?
42 of those comments will be me. That's okay.
I know. That's why I don't want you. All right, we'll see you the next time, everybody.
Bye.